Remember in my last video when I said I may need a little more space? Well, apparently I have commitment issues because now I'm carrying the 32-liter backpack for work. At this rate, my next review is going to be a freaking suitcase. But seriously, let's see if this much backpack actually makes sense for my work everyday carry. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mikey here with Mikey Daily Carry. And if you're new here, welcome. On here I do reviews on backpacks, knives, flashlights, wallets, watches, anything that deals with everyday carry. And if you're interested in that stuff, you're in the right place. Now, if you've been following my backpack rotation, you know I started with the Long Walks 15-liter after I went through a slew of different types of sling bags for my work everyday carry. I then moved up to the Long Walks 28-liter, and now we've officially arrived at the Vertx Gamut 32-liter. Now, before anyone jumps into the comments, no, I don't actually need a 32-liter backpack for my everyday work carry. For my personal needs, this is definitely more backpack than I require for my day-to-day routine, but that doesn't mean it isn't an incredible backpack. The Gamut lineup and all the Gamut series backpacks are actually my favorite. Fun fact, the first Vertx bag I ever actually bought myself was a Gamut backpack, so it's always nice to come back to these bags. But I do think that this option is best for someone that is traveling, hiking, camping, or carrying camera equipment, or simply needs to bring significantly more gear throughout their day-to-day. And if you're someone whose work setup truly requires this much space, I think this backpack absolutely deserves a look. Now, quick disclaimer, Vertx did send this bag over for review, and I am a Vertx affiliate. If after watching this video you decide it's the right backpack for you, I will have affiliate links along with the discount code down in the description below. As always though, this isn't a sponsored review, Vertx isn't paying for my opinion, and everything you're about to hear comes from actually using this bag as my work carry for the last 2 weeks. My thoughts are completely my own, so let's check this bag out. Now, one thing that made me especially excited about this review is the history I already have with the Gamut lineup. When Vertx released the updated Gamut collection, I actually reviewed every single size except this one. I also had a lot of folks in the comments asking, what about the 32-liter? What about 32-liter? Well, here we are. I finally got my hands on it, and this is that missing piece from that Gamut series review that I did. I've been using this for the last 2 weeks, and guys, the Gamut to me is just second nature. I know where the pockets are. I know where everything is stashed. I know where I can put more things. It's just a backpack I'm very used to. But now I do have to say, this green colorway is freaking awesome. I love the color combination of the green and the brown accents on this bag. Definitely one of my favorite colorways, second to the brown that I got from the Gamut Sling. I feel like pictures and maybe this video even just doesn't do it enough justice. You definitely got to get it in hand. Now, one thing that came to mind and something that really hit me with nostalgia was how much this backpack emulates the original Gamut backpack that they first created. That is an absolute bag that I fell in love with over a decade ago, and here we are with the 32-liter in hand. It definitely has larger capacity, but with all of the modern upgrades that Vertx did over the years with the Gamut series, to me it really pays homage to the Gamut name while still moving the platform forward. Now let's quickly go over some highlights. I'm not gonna go too in depth with features and specs. You guys can look that up online. But right off the bat, this is a 32-liter backpack, making it the largest backpack in the current Gamut lineup. Some standout features is the large clamshell style opening system for the main compartment. Oh, look at that. It's not even the main compartment. It has so many freaking zippers. It's gonna be that bad boy right there. And of course, all my gear falls out, which I'm gonna show you guys how I loaded this thing out, which I packed a little bit more with stuff that honestly I don't truly use on a day-to-day basis. I just wanted to show you guys the capacity and capability of this size. Let's close this back up. It does have a dedicated padded laptop compartment on the inside. It does have the Vertx concealed compartment over here on the back side. I want to show you that there's also a rapid access pull tab right here that you can use to bring this up and get access to the section right back here. I'll show you guys right there. This did come standard with the BAP, and so that's what it looks like on the backside. This full panel right here is loop line, so that way if you have any of their Taktagami accessories, or if you just have any hook back accessories that you want to slap on here, you can do so. Now, the shoulder straps on the Gamut series are very comfortable. It also has some extra padding right here on the shoulder straps, so that way if this is rubbing on your neck, you have that confidence that that padding is there to support it. You do have two different ways that you can use the luggage pass-throughs on here, because you have one that goes right through here, and then one that goes top to bottom like so, that goes down that bottom channel right there. It's very durable and weather resistant. It also is laced with YKK zippers all throughout the bag itself. Now, I really don't want to spend too much time reading specs, because if you're interested, I'll leave Vertx's product page and links below. Even links to my previous videos on what these bags entail, because it's pretty much the same thing as like the 22 liter, just bigger size. What I really want to focus on today though is what it's actually like living with this backpack. First things first, obviously it's freaking huge, but surprisingly, it doesn't feel so bulky when I have it on my back. The weight distribution on the Gamut is excellent. I love how the shoulder straps are incredibly comfortable even when I load this thing out. And despite having a lot more storage, it still carries much cleaner than I expected. It honestly reminds me a lot of the original Gamut that put Vertx on the map over a decade ago. If you've owned one of those, I think you'll immediately understand what I'm talking about. But now let me make some space on this freaking table, because we're going to talk about how I loaded this thing out. Now again, this is not my normal work carry. I have just loaded this out to show you guys exactly what this thing entails and the capacity that it holds. Starting off in the front, over here on this side, it does have an elastic water bottle holder where I have my Yeti Rambler 28 liter. And then over on this side, I have my coffee mug, coffee/tea mug, which is also by Yeti. And this is 20 ounces. Oh, did I say 28 liters? This is 28 ounces. I just did the 28 liter Vertx. You guys know what I'm talking about. But you got an elastic pocket here, an elastic pocket on here. So you got two places where you can put water bottles or anything like that, umbrellas, tripods, you name it. Now, I always have a hero clip on my backpacks, so that way this can ride upright on the passenger side. We're gonna start off with the side pockets. Starting off on this side here, you open this up, you do have a pocket, which is a mesh pocket right here, and then another larger pocket behind that. I don't have anything in this pocket right now. That does replicate itself over on this side. And then one thing to note is that the zippers only go from top to bottom, only one way. And so on this side, it's the same exact thing. And that is where I have my Miniso fan. Love this thing. And then, do I have anything else in there? Nope, that's pretty much it. Throughout the day when I get things that are in my pocket or whatever it is, like my wallet, things like that, I'll open up one of these side pockets and just start dumping it with those items. Shoulder straps with the adjustable sternum strap, and then this also has a quick release, so that comes in clutch, especially when this thing is very heavy on your back and you just want to get this in and out of the car. That quick access clip is clutch. Up top, so this does have this front zipper here, and in there I have a charger. This is the Anker 10,000 milliamp with an attached USB-C cable, which also comes with an Apple Watch charger. And then I gotta review this. I just threw this in my bag because I got it from the mail, but Work Pro came out with their own quick adjusting groove joint pliers, which is a competitor to Knipex. I actually have never owned a Knipex. This is the closest I'll ever get to it because I don't find myself, you know, being a practical Knipex user. This is their competitor. So I'm interested to see how these work with my everyday carry, a review to come. Behind that pocket, you do have another extended pocket. In here, I do have various charging cables. It's a mess. I actually was just charging a bunch of my electronics at work, and I took everything out and I just dumped it in here. But normally they're organized inside of the organizational pouch I'm gonna show you inside. Now, in this front pocket here, opens up like so. So it has that new innovative one corner, it's like an L-shaped opening piece. And then in here, I have gum. I had that attached via Velcro, but the mini organizer pouch hosts my chapstick. I got my sous vide utensil set that's in there as well. Comes in clutch almost every single day. Over in the main compartment, my sanitizer. I have lotion. I also have more gum. I have a small Roxxon multi-tool. This I primarily use as a nail cutter because it has nail clippers that pop out like so. I got some toothpicks, and there's also some wisps in there as well. Those small little toothbrushes on the go. And then I have a new grooming kit that I actually bought from Marshall's. And this here is just like a blacked out nail kit with scissors. And yeah, I got that there. And then that's pretty much it. But what's cool about this mini organizational pouch is that it has fully hooked backing. So that way it can work in tandem with any of the loop panels like the CCW compartment. Slap that thing on there. And then if you want to clip it onto a bag, you can do so with that clip on top. Do I have anything else in here? Oh, another gum. This is some really good gum, by the way. TheraBreath, Fresh Breath. Check that out. I got it at Target. Not sponsored. I also have some Carpe deodorant. Also not sponsored, but Ocean Storm. Okay. And do I have anything else in there? No, but that is the layout. Very similar to a lot of the other Gamut bags that I reviewed. It's just a larger platform. Another thing to note is if this is your first time seeing the Gamut backpack, there's also a section down here where you can have this clip into the sides. So that way if you have like a jacket, maybe you use this and you ride a bike, you can actually clip the helmet in this pocket right here. And that's a little extension there. And then you can cinch it down because you can cinch these two straps here. And then there's also a way for you to just roll these up and use the Velcro to keep it intact and tie it down so that way you don't have all that hang time. And that all hides on the very bottom here. If you're familiar with the Gamut series, you'll know that it's on all of their sizes, including the 18 liter. And then that just zips up right here. But that compartment also acts as another dump pouch area or pocket per se that you can use. Now we move on to the main compartment. So like I had stated, this opens full clamshell like so. This is essentially how it looks like inside. I don't know what I just dropped. I'm just dropping a bunch of things. This is essentially how it looks like inside. So you got an area up here where you can put your EDC tools. I don't have anything on there. Guys, there's just too much space on the 32 liter Gamut. Obviously, I don't have that much stuff that I carry daily. And if I try to just stack everything here, I'm just gonna be uncomfortable. But you do have slots here where you can put pens, knives. There's also this little panel here that is looped line, so that way you can slap, you know, if I wanted to put this on here, I could do so, and it'll stick like so. So in here, you do have a mesh pocket. Over here, you have another zipper, and then you have another panel here where you can attach more things. And then on this side, I want to show you, I have my DJI Osmo Nano and all the goodies that come with that. DJI Osmo Pocket 3, all the goodies that come with that. A tripod. I can even put like an umbrella over on this side. I have this MTAC organizer that I used on the Long Walks and 15 and 28 liter, where it hosts my SSD, my USB dongle, and then some pens and a flashlight. And then I have the bigger brother organizer pouch to the mini organizer that I was showing you guys. And that's pretty much the Gamut 32 liter. This organizer here is the large organizer. So you have a section back here where I actually use this for my tool set or my tool kit. I got my scaler tool in here, and it comes with all different types of bits. That works well with any of Leatherman's flat bits. So I have all that in here. And then cool thing about this is that you open this up and it's like a tool roll. So I got pens, pry bar, bolt action marker. Over here is where I have all my charging stuff, along with my USB-C mic, my Rode Wireless Micro. And then down here, I got a Tide pen and all of my EDC pens, because I like to rotate my EDC pens weekly, so that way they get their fair use. But guys, that's pretty much how I have it loaded out. I've been rocking it like this for work for the last 2 weeks. To be honest with you, it's been a little uncomfortable because it's just way too big. This is way too much stuff. But what do you expect? Well, organization is exactly what I expected from this bag and any of the Gamut backpacks, because everything has like that dedicated place. I like how all of my gear in this bag is well protected. I love the full clamshell access. I love the extra pockets here, because let's say this is the backpack that you decide to have as your personal item. If you put your wallet, phone, keys, or things that you need quick access to, boarding passes, and you want to put it up here, I like that feature. Overall, considering how much gear this backpack can carry, comfort honestly is nothing new to me. It always impresses me every single time. The shoulder straps is a huge thing. I want to say when beefing up a backpack size, you gotta make sure that those shoulder straps are intact, and they did a very great job with the 32 liter. So good that I don't find myself leveraging or using the sternum straps. Maybe if you take this to outdoor events, hiking, then yeah, you're gonna have to. But for my day-to-day work needs, it's not necessary. So who is this backpack best for? I kind of just talked about it, but personally, I think this backpack shines in a few situations. Traveling, number one. If you're looking for that personal item in tandem with your carry-on, this is a way to go. It's great for weekend getaways. If you're gonna go camping or hiking, maybe you're a content creator or a photographer, this is a good bag for you as well. Maybe you're going to the range and you want to stock this thing up. You can definitely fit a lot of gear in here that's necessary for your range days. Or maybe you are doing overnight work trips. This is also a great bag for you. If you're into tech and you want to use every single MOLLE panel, mesh zipper pocket and all that, I think this is also a good bag for you. Could you use it for work? Absolutely. I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks. But unless your job requires carrying a lot of equipment every single day, I personally think the Long Walks 15 liter is great, and the 28 liter also. That makes more sense. Or maybe jumping down to the smaller size gamuts like the 18, 22, maybe even 26. My favorite thing with the Gamut backpacks is their overall versatility. This backpack can genuinely do almost anything. Second, the updated design on the Gamut series, nailed right on the head. It feels modern while still reminding us of the original Gamut series. The green colorway, I honestly also really love that. And I like the organization without feeling overwhelmed. Maybe this size, yes, but the organization to me, where everything is oriented and constructed, it just makes sense. There really honestly isn't anything that I would change. I'm a huge fan, and maybe that's a biased thing to say because I love the Gamut backpack along with the Ready packs. But I will say that bigger isn't always better. If your everyday carry does not require this much space, you're probably carrying more backpack than you need. But if your lifestyle demands it, I think you'll absolutely appreciate everything this bag offers. Now, after finally getting my hands on the last Gamut backpack that I haven't reviewed, which is the largest 32 liter, I completely understand why the Gamut has remained one of Vertx's flagship backpacks for so many years. It feels like a respectful evolution of the original Gamut backpack that they released over 10 years ago. It keeps everything that made people love the Gamut while adding thoughtful modern improvements throughout. For me personally, this probably won't replace my smaller work bags, but when it's time to travel, head out on a weekend trip, go camping or hiking maybe, this is gonna be my go-to bag. If you enjoyed today's review, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button, because it really does help push these videos out to more people who enjoy everyday carry. I'd also love to hear from you guys. Fire down in the comments below. How much backpack do you actually carry every single day? Maybe it's 32 liter, maybe it's 15 liter, maybe it's 28 liter. Maybe you don't carry a backpack at all because it just doesn't fit your needs. If you're new here, consider subscribing because this backpack rotation is still going strong, especially after just having a very successful sling bag rotation for months. And I've got plenty more backpacks, knives, flashlights, wallets, and EDC gear coming your way. Again, a huge thank you to Vertx for sending this backpack over for a review. Don't forget that I have my Vertx affiliate link down below in the description, along with a discount code that you can use to save you a couple bucks at checkout. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Waka pack!